So day 2, check out this. We're in Almeria now, and check out this view from the hotel. Right on the port. What the hotel called now? Let's have a quick look. O Hotels or something. O Hotels and Resorts. So it's definitely not a resort. Grand Hotel Almeria. Grand Hotel Almeria, for want of a better word, it was quite cheap. And I was like, wow, that's quite a grand hotel, quite cheap. And then, to be honest, now I see why. It's a bit old and knackered. But it's alright, very well placed in the middle. You know what I mean? So it's hola, ¿qué hay? Buenos días. Sí, ¿puede limpiar?
¿Cuál?
El 512, sí.
Okay,
Gracias. So yeah, they knocked me up about 8:45, see if they could come in and do the cleaning. She just asked me there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting changed. So yeah, it's alright, you know, it's clean enough. I suppose for the price you paid, I paid for a couple of nights, no breakfast, €120 right in the port. So yeah, that's cheap enough, isn't it? February, I don't know what it'd be like in summer. It's got a pool. Hope they're not going to use it this time of year. Cafeteria, nah. Call it cafeteria. ¿Bajáis?
Sí.
Ah, vale, no pasa nada. Well, yo voy andando. Venga. I'm going to get down the stairs. It's only 5 floors on it. Got this midlife spread that we've got going on. Yeah, so the bar was absolutely awful. I went out for a walk yesterday, had something to eat, and then came back and thought, oh, we'll have a nightcap before we go and finish off a few more emails. And I stood there for 10 minutes. The guy said, I'll be with you in a minute. 15 minutes left, just walked off. And no tea or coffee making facilities also in the room, so there we go. Sounds like I'm whinging this morning, so surely not. Okay then, right, so let's go. Let's get out into Almeria and see what happens today. See how many policemen at the doors just tell me to get lost. Let's hope not. Right, so we're playing this first game of Does Chris remember how to get there without using Google Maps from the centre of Almeria? I've only ever come in from the other side. Nothing's looking familiar at the moment. Oh, now we've got a decision. Do we go left or right? My heart's saying right. That's what my heart's saying. There's the motorway at the back, so we've got to be somewhere close. 17 degrees, not raining. Raining in Malaga at the moment. Just had the reports back in. Power cuts in Almeria Grande. Rain in Almeria de la Torre. On the coast, Benamadina. Look, we're okay here at the moment. Well, we're not okay because we need the rain. In fact, that's a silly statement. We'd be better off if we were raining. Still no familiar landmarks. I might have to cave here and get Google Maps on it. It's a nice drive through Almeria anyway, so you can see a little bit of the city. Oh, someone beat me there. I don't know why they beat me. Right, now where are we now? What do I recognise here? Nothing. There's Ejidos. Well, I was trying to be clever and I can't find it. Ooh, there's the market there. Shame I ain't got time. Might be open tomorrow. Right then, if we get to this next set of traffic lights, and I don't know where I'm going. I'm afraid that Google's going to have to get involved. Definitely don't remember any Lidls. We're getting closer to the outskirts. No, definitely don't remember this. Oh dear. I think it's this way. Definitely can't pick. Oh, hang on a minute. No. Let's have a look. No, it's not that way. Is it this way? It could be. No, that's it. Give up. We're going to have to get Google involved. Well, we made it. Thanks to Google. I had gone completely wrong. Completely. So, anyway, Foreigners Office behind me. We've already been in. What updates do we have? Well, after getting past, I had to stand in the queue. So if you've got an appointment, stand in the queue. I haven't got an appointment, just need to ask a question and try and blag my way in. Stand in the queue. Okay, I'll stand in the queue. But I haven't got an appointment. Stand in the appointment queue. Anyway, that went on for a while. So anyway, when I was in the appointment queue, even though I didn't have an appointment, which is, can I say, off to the left-hand side. So if you do come, normally our appointments, when we used to be able to get them here, were in the afternoon. We used to try and do them in the afternoon, it's a lot more relaxed. So if you do come in the morning, there's a queue to the left-hand side. It goes down very quickly. There's only like 4 or 5 people in it. He comes, grabs them, you go in. So you'll have to wait on the left-hand side behind the little band thing. That's the first time I've seen that. But don't worry, because if you accidentally walk in, he will grab you and stick you in that queue anyway, so it's not a problem. But anyway, finally, when I got to the front, I was like, look, we've got a big problem here with the time of the way appointments. There isn't any coming up, but there obviously are some. The first thing I could notice, because I managed to stick my head in the door, is there isn't that many people in there actually today. Now, I know that Almeria published that they in 2023, I think it was, in 2022, that they had 35,000 expedientes. Right? Expedientes means files open to resolve, and that would include visas as well. Okay, so do a rough calculation. Let's call it 36. Let's call it 3,000 to process a month. 3,000 a month. Let's do this off the top of my head. I think what's that? 100 a day? 30 days? Yeah, 100 a day. Okay, so 100 a day divided between morning and afternoon, 50 in the morning, 50 in the night time, and that's maximum. And that's if it's all Tom of the Wayers, and that's the ones that have been approved. So the maths just don't stack up for the amount of desks that they've got working in there, and for the amount of people sat at the desks. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I don't know if it's a political internal thing. Now, when I spoke to a colleague of his after he had enough of me, they insisted 100% that the appointments open at 8 o'clock in the morning and they open at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's 2 chances to get an appointment: 8 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay? And I said, well, it's impossible, because we've been trying and we have digital signatures for people. I've been trying my own digital signature. He said, no, absolutely 100% insists that the appointments open at 8 o'clock in the morning and again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's as far as I managed to get, really. So we will be obviously on the button at 8 o'clock every single morning trying to get the appointments that we need, but we have been. Maybe we've been doing it at 5 to 8 and 3 minutes past, I don't know, but we'll make sure at 8 o'clock we are there hitting the button. We try at random times during the day as well. I know clients who've got their own appointments, been Ejido, which random times during the day. So right, okay, so first bit of info, it's more than what we had. Is, one, can't really see, one, there's no appointments available. It's not as though they're stacked. I don't really know the volume of work that they've got, but I know the appointments take 15 minutes, and the maths to me just doesn't stack up, especially with the amount of people who are being ushered through, queuing up, ushered through. Appointments must be happening because 3 people in the queue had Toma de Huella appointments, one of which booked it 3 months ago. Okay, so a Moroccan guy was next to me. I was like, what have you got there, Toma de Huella? And he was like, yeah, and I booked it 3 months ago. I was like, oh, how did you get that? Very shady about how he got it. I wonder if that comes on the platform we were talking about yesterday, that maybe he's bought this appointment, I don't know. And the other thing is here in Almeria, they insist that it opens at 8 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you have got a digital certificate, those are the 2 times you'll be trying around at just random times during the day as well. Okay, so that's it. That's about as much information that we can actually get out of these guys. They're not giving it up, but you know, it's been good to come and see that. I just can't see why there's no appointments. They've got in there, so there's 4 desks, 5 sets of 4 desks, 20 desks. I know not every desk is manned, but even if you man half the desks, you know, there's that would be 10 people at 15 minutes a time. 10 people, that's 4 an hour that they can do, so that's 40 an hour, and they start at 8 o'clock in the morning apparently, and then close at 2 and open again at 3, so that it just doesn't stack up. Who knows? Maybe it's a political internal thing. Maybe they need more staff and they're not getting the funding, because the desks are definitely there, the buildings are definitely there, it's huge, and they should be turning these out quickly. So anyway, right, off to Ejido, our next stop, to find out what on earth is going on over there. Right, so back on the road. So I've been to the main police station in Almeria. It just winds me up, it really does. But anyway, at least we've got a bit more information about the supposed opening times of the appointments. I'm going to go back at 3 o'clock and stand outside with my phone. And if it doesn't open at 3 o'clock, I'm going to go, look, it doesn't open. Anyway, there we go. We'll push that as far as we can, I'm afraid, with it, and at least we've found out a little bit more what's going on. We will continue to do our investigations further by email, phone, which they never answer, but now we're on the way to Ejido, which is a completely new station for us. This is where people have managed to grab appointments. I don't think we've got hardly any now pending. 3 more I think we've got pending here to complete. We haven't seen any since, and they were booked like 2 months ago. So Ejido, which is now 20 kilometres away, has its own station there. Very, very, very busy apparently, from what I've seen online, with agricultural workers. This is a huge agricultural area, and with a lot of the agricultural workers being maybe Moroccan and having agreements with Spain on different fronts. The residents here, nothing like what we do, nothing like what we do in terms of non-lucrative visas. It's completely different. There's different relationships with people who are working, and nothing that we would normally touch. Arraigo, familiares, with business. So they all need to get TIE card, evidently, as well. So this is supposed to be really busy, but we have seen appointments come up here, and we've got clients coming here. So we're going to check out where's the best place to park, do our usual sort of discovery video, and then go and see if we can find out when they open their appointments, because we've seen them once in a month open. Normally what you'll see is on these smaller stations they have these like boards with hundreds of bits of scruffy bits of paper on them, and notices which you have to like sift through to find out any sort of useful information. Almeria doesn't. Almeria, the main station, is extremely hard to get in if you haven't got an appointment, because the security's in the building, but they control security from the outside, if that makes any sense. So if you can't get past that, you're never getting in. But yeah, I suppose a building that big needs tight security. Let's see. But not that tight, I managed to get in. Anyway, Ejido, next doorstep, we've had some breakfast, and off we go. Right, so here we are in Ejido, I don't know, it's so hard to say though, Ejido police station, which is the one where we have managed to get appointments, and the first time we're going to be using this station this month. I would say it's an extremely industrial town. When I say industrial, I mean, well, it's a working town. It's definitely not touristy. A lot of people here work in the campo around, and you can tell that when you get here. There's big Moroccan influence here for people who work, which means there's some fantastic shops and what looks to be kebab houses. But anyway, less about the town, more about the shop and what they've just told me at the front door. So, well, not like Almeria, extremely nice people on the front door, even though they wouldn't let me go in to speak at the desks, but I don't have an appointment. I fully understand why. And the guy's like, look, if we let you in, we've got to let everybody in. Now, we know that you're not here to be a pain, but a lot of people often are. And I hope you can hear me over the wind. I've got my microphone, and it's very windy and bad weather. So, yeah, so anyway, I got to the door and trying to get in, and trying not to get blown away, and I said, look, the first thing I need to know is, when do you open the appointments? Now, I know that there was a certain point yesterday on a Thursday that you opened them, and it was around 8:20. Is this a regular thing? Can we expect to see more appointments a bit sooner, etc, etc, etc? And the guy was like, look, I don't know, I know it's booked on an appointment system. People have come in and asked the guys indoors. Their mouths are absolutely tied shut. They never tell anybody anything, and even if I let you in, they're not going to tell you anything. I was like, okay, well, thanks for your honesty. At least you're telling me now. But then what came after that completely shocked me. He said, I know that the locutorios get them for people, but I don't know if there's a charge, if they charge you for anything like that. And I was like, but that's illegal. So locatorio is so it's in the olden days, there used to be the little places where when you were phoning home, you know, come on holiday before, you know, you had mobile phones, you go to a phone box or you go to a locatorio. When I first came here to Spain, I used to go and buy my phone cards from the locatorio, then go to a Telefonica phone box and phone my family for cheap. But these places now expanded into doing things like photocopies, booking people's appointments apparently, paying people's taxes, doing money transfers and stuff like that, alright? But they're not always the friendliest places to go in, certainly here, at my experience now, I'm going to explain. So I was like, but surely you can't have that. You can't have people block booking appointments or booking them for you. How do they have a system that we don't, if we're doing everything legally? I said, because all our clients are now required to have a digital signature, or we're required to have one as a representative on their behalf. I said, we're going on the system every day. I said, we're using different VPNs to make sure it's not the VPN that's being blocked. We're using different phone numbers. I told him, because after 2 phone numbers you get blocked. And I said, but all the phone numbers are registered to me, the VPN's registered to me. So there we go, that's as legal as we can get, trying to help our clients who have spent an awful lot of money to get to the point where they've got a visa in their passport and now can't register it, which winds me up. So, it isn't his fault. He doesn't care how much money that the people have spent to actually get to this point where you need an appointment. But he did say that. He said the locatorios are doing it. The locatorios, the shops, which I don't know. I mean, we know that the band that got dismantled, that they were selling appointments. Selling an appointment is completely illegal. You can only include it in part of the service. Maybe that's how they're doing it. Or, I don't know. So anyway, I went to one. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to one. And they told me to go away, quite politely. That was it. I don't know. I don't think I have the usual aspect of the clients they're booking appointments for, but they just don't are my type, they said. A tu tipo no. So maybe they thought I was a lawyer trying to investigate what they're up to or something like that, but they just basically denied all knowledge of booking appointments and told me to go away. So I didn't get very far on that front either, really. It was like, do you want to make a money transfer? No. Do you want a photocopy? No. I was like, I need to know about these appointments, so I don't need to talk about, go away. So, obviously, they're not making them for me. But anyway, so that's it. Shock horror. So we haven't come away with any details of when they open the appointments. We know the summit's going on with the appointments here. Are the locatorios managed to block book them? Who knows? Definitely weren't telling me, I can tell you that now. But we do know that the last 3 or 4 appointments which have been booked by our clients and by ourselves using digital signatures have been at this station and not in the main one in Almeria.
So there we go. All right, that's a little bit more information, albeit not as fruitful as the times we got in the last place. But apart from that, very friendly on the door. Let's hope there's friendly on the desk as well. And when we have got clients who have already booked to come here, going through it, we'll give you a full rundown and tell you how they got on. I think the next appointment we've got up here is in April, and Tom, our representative, is going to be up here. So I've done another video which we're going to publish separately on where to park. And yeah, so Ejido, another option for Almeria, albeit it's very tough to get appointments. There still are possible. People on the door are quite nice, but don't go to the locutorios because it was actually quite scary. I would never make one of these like roving reporters, I tell you. On to Roquetas, the next station. We've got 2 hours till it closes, and then we're going back to Almeria because that guy said it opens at 3 o'clock. So at 3 o'clock I'm going to stand outside with my phone and say, look, they're not opening, if they don't. So heading to our last stop, Roquetas. Well, last stop, we're going to go back to Almeria, but last police station. I don't even know if we can get appointments here, but who knows. Let's see. But it's, I mean, I can't believe it's such a problem so big. They just don't, you know, there's got to be a maths equation somewhere where they say residencies, visas issued. So there's any third country national process, we know there's so many of them, right, has two main elements: the approval and the registration. The approval for an NLV is your visa and your passport. There you go, you've been approved. Boom. Now you've got 90 days to get in and ratify that. If you're an EU family member, then you get a bit of paper. If you're a renewal, you get a bit of paper, digitally even. You know, so many, but that approval has to be registered. Surely somebody somewhere has the brains to say, in January we've had 10,000 approvals, which means at some point 10,000 people are going to need to be registered. I don't know. Maybe that's not the kind of simple maths that the logic that is applied. And as these are government offices, if there's 10,000 appointments at 15 minutes a time, then you could work out how many people you need to contract, and you could also justify that kind of funding, surely. So, or maybe they've got that in place already, and this system that they're talking about, these cyber attacks that they're talking about these appointments.
In 500 meters at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Camino El Cañuelo, Al 9029.
So, I don't know. I know it's annoying, it's frustrating, but sometimes you wish you'd just go back to the old days, where in the old days you used to just sit and queue outside, which when the online appointments came, everybody went, yay! But it's no good if they don't work, is it?
Exit the roundabout onto Camino El Cañuelo.
So we're going right through the middle now. Now you see these on these are the famous greenhouses of Almeria. There's literally 100 kilometers long along the coast of just these greenhouses. Endless plastic, just doesn't stop. And this is where all the vegetables are grown. Well, a lot of the vegetables are grown for a lot of Spain and a lot of Europe. Now look, you can see in front of me here more of the greenhouses. When you're sat getting your tomatoes or peppers from Tesco's, they say it comes from Almeria, Spain. It's likely to have come out of one of these here on your right hand side, or here on your left. There you go, look at that. And there you have visions of them coming from big open fields with water springs, but I'm afraid they don't come from there, they come from here. And that's why, to be honest with you, a lot of the time the Spanish tomatoes, which are grown under the plastic, taste naff. It's because they are grown under plastic, and quite possibly quite quickly. Here we go, look at that. As you can see, the town's
In 400 meters at the roundabout,
surrounding
continue
areas
straight onto Barrio Congo, Camino El Cañuelo.
generally tend to be slightly run down, because I imagine they don't pay the workers very much who pick the vegetables. Of course, we've got also our farmers' strikes are going on at the moment, and blockades. Check the Spanish news out, more about that. What always amazes me is when we get into Roquetas, which is where we're going now, which is actually a seaside town, is tourist destinations. You come through these places are poor. You know, people there in half-built houses. They obviously work underneath the plastic. There was quite a famous Guardian article about this area, about how some workers have just disappeared, and how illegal employment here is rife because you can't control it underneath the plastic who's actually working in there. And you come through here, and then you go boom straight into this palm tree lined avenue with a big pristine Mercadona and tourists on a Sunday dressed up to the nines going to eat all their food. Straight out of this, where we are now, it's crazy. I'm not saying it's good or bad, different aspects of life, but it's quite weird with the 2 minutes.
In 500 meters at the roundabout, continue straight to stay on Camino El Cañuelo, Al 9029.
Excuse Google, but I think I know where I'm going, but I'm not too sure. Myself, I've been on holiday here. Whoa, look at that plastic. Ooh. I've been on holiday here. It's a cheap holiday in Roquetas, I can tell you, compared with other seaside town. If you've got kids, it's a great place to come. Very kid
In 150 meters at the roundabout, continue straight to stay on Camino El Cañuelo, Al 9029.
Very Spanish resort. A lot of Spanish come on holiday here. You'll find a lot of the locals.
In 600 meters at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Camino El Cañuelo, Al 9029.
Now, this is all new. I don't recognise any of this. Still, you can see the miles and miles of plastic to our left and right. Roquetas de Mar in front of us. As I said, this station's a mystery. We don't know.
Exit the roundabout onto Camino El Cañuelo.
We don't know.
In 600 meters, turn left to stay on Camino El Cañuelo, Al 9029.
As an option, but you can never book. So let's see if it really is an option.
Turn left to stay on Camino El Cañuelo, Al 9029, then turn left to stay on Camino El Cañuelo.
Turn left. Turn left. Okay. I can't turn left. Oh, well, that's done that then, isn't it? Can't turn left.
In 150 meters at the roundabout, take the fourth exit and stay on Camino El Cañuelo, Al 9029.
So if Google does do that to you, and I know Google's quite annoying on this video, but if Google does do that to you, and don't force it, just carry on going, and Google will reset the map, because I would have crossed a...
Exit the roundabout onto Camino El Cañuelo. In 300 meters at the roundabout, continue straight to stay on Camino El Cañuelo, Al 9029.
I would have crossed an illegal solid white line there and done all sorts of things if I'd have followed Google, but Google readjusted the route. It's telling me to go straight on. Let's be honest, none of these police stations tend to be...
In 500 meters at the roundabout, take the fourth exit onto Avenida Curro Romero, Al 9029.
Do they? Right, where are we going? Apparently, we're here. Here we go. There we go, I can see it. There it is. So, I Oh no, that's the local police station. Is that the local police station? What's that then? Oh no. Unidad Extranjera de Documentación. There it is. Wow. Well, that is a tiny place. Now, we're here. Let's get parked up, shall we? Now this is, what's this here? Is this behind me? Oh no. Okay, don't do as I do, do as I say. That's a legal move, but I spotted a parking space. So never do that. You want to go all the way round, come in the side, but for the purposes...
In 100 meters, turn right onto Avenida Curro Romero, Al 9029.
And not letting that office close because we're getting very close to that time. I had to do that. Right, so over there in the front, that building there, that is the Extranjeria. Whoa! In Roquetas del Mar, in the middle of a storm, and we're going to go and check it out now and see if we can get appointments. I'm walking away in shock. So this is the second time I've heard it now. So yes, they do open appointments here in Roquetas. You might not be able to hear me over the wind. Nearly getting run over. So Roquetas, we are at Roquetas, and it turns out there are appointments here available, and they open them every single day at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and I was like, the guy was really, really nice to me. Almost let me inside to talk because of the weather, because of the wind. And I said to him, this is impossible. What are you talking about? It's impossible that they open at 8 o'clock every day. I said, we try. And he was like, the problem you've got is the locutorios. He said they book them all up. And I'm like, how do they do it? He said, you have to pay. So I've got to go to the black market to get my appointments. So where we are now, because that's illegal. It's coming from a policeman, a national policeman. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It does what it really does. This is, people who run good, honest business for good, honest clients. This is the kind of thing you don't want to hear. There goes the police station behind me there. I'm taking a seat. You might not be able to hear me over the wind, I don't know. But anyway, it turns out from these last two outreaches of Almeria, they're opening appointments every day, but there's these shops which somehow have got illegal software who manage to book the appointments. So what chance does anybody else stand against them? But anyway, we know that's it now. I've had enough completely today, but we have found out some information. At least we know why. At least we come out here and we find out why. I'm trying to get blown away that this is happening. I'm not too sure what the solution is yet, but we'll get one. Even if we have to contract a locutorio, But yeah, so that's twice. So that is the guy, security guard in Almeria, said they open 8 and 3 o'clock. No clue in Ejido when they open, but he said most people pay for them. And this guy here just shaking his head. He said there's nothing that anybody can do about these people or these shops that take all the appointments as soon as they go online, which must be with illegal software or something. I don't know how they do it. But anyway, scandal in Almeria. Oh dear. I'm going to get in the back in the car now. I'm going to go to Almeria city. I'm going to go back to the hotel and have a think about it all, and then start getting on the phone to locutorios. I don't think it's going to help me walking in, but getting on the phone might help. See what on earth these people are doing. See if I can just investigate a bit more without getting myself into some trouble, really. So there we go. Well, you probably didn't hear a lot in that last section. But I like to get a video outside, back in the Upsticks Blue Hill. I'm just shocked with what I'm hearing now. So, but at least we've got answers. Hey, you can't just sit behind your desk and think, well, my clients can't get appointments. What do we do? There's no appointments coming up. I knew there had to be a reason. There has to be a reason. There's not that many people. I'm driving around now trying to find a locatorio just to walk in. One that hopefully is a bit more friendly than the one I was just last in the last town. Just see what they say. So it looks like there is appointments available, but they're being snapped up by these offices, locatorios, these legal offices which deal with people, foreigners, on various levels. Can't find one at all. It's over there. And I'm trying to find one. I know there about is one here. Here we go. What's this place here? Oh no, it's a phone shop. That won't do. MoneyGrams, this is always the places that that's a locatorio. Here we go, locatorio niche. Those are proper dodgy places. Right, I'm gonna go in, find out what's going on. When I find my way out of these bad streets. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can get something going here. Yeah, these guys have just approached me to buy the Upsticks car to send it to Nigeria. There you go. That guy there, he came and said, that's such a cool car, but look at the small car I'm driving. He said, I buy them and I send them to Nigeria. I said, you're not having the Upsticks car. I can tell you that now. Oh dear. Okay, right, investigation. From Chris from Upsticks to Harry Mason. No, only joking, but let me tell you what's going on. So I didn't think today in these little questions I was going to have at the police stations would end up seeing me in some of the most dodgiest bars and locatorios, these little shops that I've ever been in. That needs must, hey? Needs must. So you can always tell these shops because they've got outside, they sell things like Lycra mobile SIMs, which are very sort of untrackable sort of SIMs. They're supposed to register them to your name, but you can buy them registered already. I don't know how they do that. Things like money transfers, MoneyGram. It used to be, what was that? Western Union, but Western Union really doesn't do anything now. So it's just it was the MoneyGram people. So, and I found 3 of them here. Okay, one of them refused to talk appointments. Maybe my theory of the illegal bots and something was a bit. The only reason I said that was because I knew that this illegal. Watch yourself. You pulled out on me. I knew this illegal ring of people had been disbanded, dismembered, whatever you want to call it, in Marbella and Madrid, and they've all been sent to prison. And now we're hearing this. Now I saw a video the other day as well on the Para Inmigrantes YouTube, which is only for Spanish speakers, but they are one of the biggest immigration companies for Spanish speakers in Spain. It's absolutely huge YouTube channel, 3 videos a day, very good information on there, and it's a good way of learning Spanish if you want to as well. Right, and they're sharp to the point, and their main lawyer came on and said that basically he'd been offered this service of getting appointments illegally. Evidently he didn't take it up. And it's done by this software. So then I got it into my head after having these 2 visits today that's probably what these people are doing, considering the police are telling me this. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I've been into 3 of them. Well, I went into that one in Ejido, which I got out with my life. Nice sushi restaurant. Sano y Divertidos. It's a sushi restaurant with a kids park. That's cool, isn't it? So yeah, and I went into one. They didn't know anything about appointments. That was it. Just wanted to sell me a mobile phone. But it doesn't look like it's happening with bots. They don't have appointments sat there. They're block booking and then selling on. It seems that they're booking them on demand. That's how it seemed to me. And then I went into another one which was really dingy, and I managed to get a recording I didn't think to put the recorder on the phone. I'm not an investigator yet. I thought, I'll put the recording on my phone. So I put the recording on my phone. It's in my pockets. There's a lot of muffling going on, but you can hear the guy. And basically, the place was closed, and I went in and I said to the guy, and he went, "No, estamos cerrados." I was like, "Yeah, no. But I just need to know, can you get appointments?" The police told me to come and knock on the door of a locutorio, because they did. It's not a lie, right? And he went, "Sí, pero muy difícil." He said, "Por eso estoy aquí media hora." So you listen to the recording, you can see it, you can hear it, and well, it's in Spanish. But I just want to make sure we get to the right road. But basically, he said he closed his shop at 1 o'clock, at 1:30, and he'd been trying since 1:30 to get appointments, because they normally come online on an appointment. And that's what he was doing right now. Basically, told me to get lost in a very nice way, I have to say, because he's trying. It's very, very difficult, and wasn't interested in taking my details, telling me how much he charged or anything like that. So, but he was there with the shop closed, the door open, but the lights off, a very dingy back street, obviously with his phone or whatever he was doing to try and get his appointment. So it looks like these places are on the ball. Now, he told me in Roquetas 1:30. He said, "I've been here since 1:30 because that's when they normally open." So I mean, that's very open and honest of him. If he's in competition with people, then why would he tell me? You know what I mean? But he did. It says it's on the recording. So that's it. So right, we've come away. I'm going to do a separate video when I've got all my head together and my notes together from today about what the situation is with appointments in Almeria. We're going to sort it out anyway for our clients. Whatever's needed will be done, and albeit the appointments are taking ages to get, we're still going to get them, and we're going to be having our own locutoria team. You know, now I've got a bit more intel into the times. We'll set the alarms appropriately, and we'll just keep trying. And I'm going to write some real comprehensive content for people who are trying, so they know what to do. You know, and yeah, let's hope that they solve this problem soon. But it looks like they're being snapped up by these places. Anyway, Almeria, I'm going to call that a success, that trip, because we found out so much information, albeit it's frustrating. Well, it's 3 o'clock and the appointments didn't open here, and the narky security guard just told me to get lost. He's had enough of me today. So you said to come back at 3 o'clock. He said, "No, I didn't." I said, "Well, you told me the appointments were going to open at 3 o'clock. And they haven't." He said, "Well, it's Friday. Everybody's gone home. They're just cleaning up." Alright, so they open at 3 o'clock in weekdays, not Fridays. That's correct. Alright, thanks for telling me that. Okay, so there we go. Right, well, we did come back, we did try, and I did show him on the system that it wasn't working. And he said to me, "Bueno, tú sabes lo que pasa, no?" "Well, actually, I don't know." He said, "Do you know what happens?" And I was like, "I don't actually know what happens, no. Explain to me what happens. Why we can't get appointments." So, it's alright, because they are coming through, so that's it, you know, end of day 2. I think we've got some really good intel on times. We know what we've got to do. We've got a better plan than what we had before. Our only plan before was, let me sit down. Right, so what happened was suddenly the appointments all disappeared off the system. Nobody could get an appointment, and they came up with this crazy, and I've got crazy hair, so it's blustery. "No, you need a digital certificate." No problem, we'll get digital certificates. That's not a problem. We can either get them for a legal representative, so we can try and get appointments for you, or you can get them yourself and you can try and get appointments. And look at this poor pigeon with something on its leg. Look. Wonder if I can help it. Oh no. I'm just going to go and try and help a pigeon. It's definitely not let me help it.
Probably some touch pigeons anyway. I feel really bad now. He's got himself all caught up and his leg broken. So yeah, look at this poor thing. Oh, it's flying okay. So anyway, that's it. But what we know now is certain times of the days that we've got to hit it hard. So according to these guys in the main office, it's 8 and 3 o'clock that we've got to hit it. They said they do come online, but they go quick within a minute or two. So okay, well that's it. I'll be happy with 1 or 2 a day. Yeah, more than happy. It means we're never going to be able to control when people get their appointments together, I'm afraid. That happens, but never mind. And in Ejido, they were like, don't know when they open, but they definitely do. And we definitely know we can get them there because we've got some this week, albeit that they were for April, 2 months' time. Then Roquetas, every day at 8 o'clock. He said they open, but then after my little intel into one of those things, those locutorios, they said that it was 1:30. So we'll be trying at 8 and 1:30 as well. And then randomly throughout the day for what they call them, cancellations. So there we go. But the good news is the appointments are happening. They're definitely happening. They're just being nicked somewhere else, so that's good because we didn't even know they were happening. There's definitely appointments happening. They definitely seem to be putting on enough. You definitely need a digital certificate. We can definitely help you get a digital certificate, and we just need to be pendant of those times to be able to get the appointments. So look, we've got a bit more intel now from Almeria. It's a lot more difficult than other provinces, but hey, you know, let's crack on and see what we can do to make sure everybody gets their visa registered and lives a happy life in Spain.